feels like world leaders have failed us. If we did to die on the steps, would they arrest us? No. If I'm viewed as a leader here in the United States in the climate movement, then I'm going to make sure that I lift up more students who have never been heard.
If you guys think you can ask Bethany if you guys can take over the chance, because if people see that an adult is leading it, it'll be really bad.
I will continue my climate strike every Friday until world leaders meet my demands.
Our vision! Our vision!
Young people around the world see climate change as the existential threat to their generation. They've skipped school in more than 130 countries to demand policy changes.
School strike for climate has arrived in America.
Alexandria Villaseñor is one of the movement's American organizers. In New York City alone, she's led thousands of kids in strikes. Just like the climate crisis, Alexandria's goal is wide-ranging.
My personal climate strike demands are that world leaders reduce global greenhouse gas emissions by 50% by 2030, or enact any other laws or policies to keep us below 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Since her first school strike in December, Alexandria has gained thousands of Twitter followers and caught Democrats' attention. But as the presidential contest heats up, she's worried the Democratic Party isn't taking climate change seriously enough.
I noticed a lot of politicians are looking at what is politically possible, but I did think with some politicians I talked to that we are on the same page in how urgent this is. I'm so happy that you're putting climate change for your campaign.
I'll tell you what I like. I like your generation pushing my generation. Are you 14 now?
Tomorrow I'm 14.
Tomorrow you're 14.
Really?
Right.
It's your birthday tomorrow? I didn't know that. I didn't remember till this morning.
Well, you seem more like you're 38.
Thank you.
Intellectually, maturity-wise, sophistication.
How I celebrated my 14th birthday was I actually got to sleep. I still get to do team things, but mostly it's climate activism all the time. We came back at 2:30. I was going between multiple Twitter DMs with Azerbaijan and Pakistan.
She's been worried about climate change since she first felt its impact in November.
I was in California visiting family when the Paradise Fire broke out, and I have asthma, and since I was so close, my parents had to send me back to New York City early. But I was really upset and mad, so I started paying attention and making connection between climate change and California's wildfires. On Fridays when I had school, I wouldn't go at all because it's a school strike, but I did have to make up a lot of homework assignments. So the first step is adding 3N to both sides.
Not quite.
Next year, I will be going on independent study full-time to focus on my climate activism. School is actually really fun for me, and I know a lot of other students, but we are in a world now where students have to sacrifice our education to get attention for what's happening on our planet. When I went to DC this past week, I had never really lobbied before. This was my first time. My mom is studying climate at Columbia University. She's helped me a lot make sure that I get my climate science facts correct and making sure that I get the right resources. I still need to figure out what to say to Chuck Schumer and Senator Gillibrand. Senator Gillibrand.
We will.
What is her climate policy for her presidential campaign? And then do you think it's going to be as comprehensive, and if it's going to meet the standards that Jay Inslee has set with his Evergreen Economy plan? One of our weeks is going to be the politicians. We are going to be striking the politicians, but it's very vague, so don't worry, it's not against anyone in particular.
I think that's smart because you got to push Congress to doing the right thing.
Thanks so much, and I look
nice
forward to
meeting
working
you.
with you.
Yeah,
You can be part of my
excited.
youth cabinet when I'm president.
That's a thing?
I'm going to make it a thing because young
You can
people
do
need to
whatever
have
you
a
want.
voice.
While the youth movement has helped promote the Green New Deal, it hasn't seen its demands implemented yet. But Alexandria says she isn't discouraged.
All across the world, the movement is growing, and so even if we don't get any change, we're raising awareness to the point where more people are on the streets and we're more likely to get change.